Hi readers, it's Lori. Welcome back to my channel, Books, Ink, and Paper. This is my quarterly request for your help in discovering which book I should read in the nonfiction genre over the next quarter. I am just finishing up the one for the last quarter, so I will definitely be done by the end of June. So my last quarter read, if you remember, you chose The Chicago Cubs, The Story of a Curse by Rich Cohen. I'm really enjoying it. I don't have it back here because it's in the other room, but I'm doing a combination of reading it physically and listening to it on Scribd. So for those of you who have Scribd or Scribed, whatever you call it, I realized the other day I heard somebody call it Scribed, and I don't, but if you have it, that book is on that app. So just so you know, that is a possibility for you. But this quarter is an interesting switch, I guess, for me. It's like this is kind of calling me, and I'm not sorry about it. So let's get started. So the first one is a book I actually got because I am a sustaining member of my public broadcasting channel, Mississippi Public Broadcasting, and they sent this with my last upgrade to my donation, and that is The Secret Notebooks of Agatha Christie. And this is compiled, it's called 50 Years of Mysteries in the Making by John Curran. You can see this won the Agatha Award, and it really is just notebooks and some other things. I think there's a couple of short stories. Yeah, two unpublished Poirot stories are in here, as well as just some notebooks. And so I'm really curious about this. And before I say it might have this in it, let me look at what the back says. She died in 1976. She was 85. Obviously, she was very popular at that time, probably the world's most popular author. And at the end of 2004, following the death of her daughter, Rosalind, a legacy came forward, which was these 73 handwritten volumes of notes, lists, and drafts outlining plans for books, plays, and stories. I'm really wondering if it probably doesn't, since it doesn't say, but I would love it if it had some kind of explanation to that period of time where she disappeared for a little bit, but it doesn't, I don't think. I could, though, go back while I'm reading this and finish The Christie Affair, which I never did do, by, is it Nina somebody? I have that. I started it. I didn't finish it, but not because I wasn't enjoying it, just because I was in a place, I guess. And that one is a fictional kind of concept writing of what might have happened to her when she disappeared for those few days. So maybe I'll read both of them if you pick this in this same quarter, or maybe I'll just go back to that because I feel like it. But anyway, there's a great little photo of her on the front. It's not an uncommon photo to have seen of her. And I love Agatha Christie, and I love learning more about what her process was and how she came up with ideas, and who knows what else might be in there. Another one I've had for a really long time, so this would be a backlist read for me. This one, the Agatha Christie, I haven't had that long, but this one, gosh, I've had this for years. So Growing Up Again, Life, Loves, and Oh Yeah, Diabetes by Mary Tyler Moore. And her research editor was Kalia Donner. I grew up watching the Dick Van Dyke Show. You know, I am of a certain age, and it remains one of my favorites. I watch the reruns all the time. And then as an older person, I started watching the Mary Tyler Moore Show, which she did as, more of an adult. She wasn't not an adult in the Dick Van Dyke Show, but she was very young then. So I would assume that this talks a little bit about that, but I think it also talks maybe about her older career. So let's see. It does talk a lot about the diabetes. And she does talk about that diagnosis and how she dealt with losses, dead ends, and triumph that came in seemingly random order. What I have to give, shedding some light on the follies and achievements that I've racked up in my daily confrontation with this disease. But my journey is just part of the picture. So she talks about other people. So this seems like is ultimately about diabetes, which is also fine with me, because I am a type 2 diabetic. I'm not a type 1, I'm a type 2 diabetic. So I don't have some of the same challenges that type 1 diabetics have, but it is interesting to me to learn about her story. And So it says, oh yeah, diabetes on the front, but on the back, it looks like it's maybe primarily about that. So we would see is should you pick this one. There are some photos in here as well, some dating back to the Dick Van Dyke Show, one with her and Elvis. They did a movie together. Yeah, so this is, I think, going to be a kind of recap maybe of her life. We'll see. And then this one is the biggest one. And it's actually Lisa's, but I got it for her, I think at Christmas time, this past Christmas, I'm not sure. And she has not yet finished it, but this is one that I've been wanting to read. I love this show as well. We watch it over and over again. And this is The Big Bang Theory, the definitive inside stories of the epic hit series by Jessica Radloff. This one is a big one. And I think it does go through, I think there were, 7, 8 seasons of this, maybe more. I think it goes through the process of bringing them all together. The concept, obviously, Chuck Lorre does a forward here. Kaylee Kuko, Jim Parsons, Mayim Bialik, all made a blurb on the back of it as well. But this one has been kind of on my radar since I got it for her. And I think I would like to get to this too. So those are my 3. You know the drill. You're going to pick which one of these you think I should read by the end of the month of June. Then I'll go through the numbers, and whichever one comes out on top will be the one that I read in the next quarter, which would be July through September. Okay? Thanks for watching. Thanks for picking for me. And as always, happy reading. Bye.